Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg with Cloudcast Media, listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are so pleased to have in the studio with us today Dr. Jenni Owen. She is the acting CEO of Urban Discovery Academy. How you doing, Jenni?
Very well, thank you. Very excited to be here and be a part of this podcast.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing all the cool things about the Academy. I'm joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel. She's the Executive Director of San Diego Writers, Inc. They'll be celebrating their 20th anniversary this year in Liberty Station, and also joined by the producer of the Spotlight on the Community Show, Brandon Joe. He is also a young entrepreneur who will be heading into his junior year at UCSD, and he is the co-founder and CEO of Treasure Hacks. So, Kristen, let's get us up and running.
Let's do it. Can you just tell us a bit about the mission of Urban Discovery Academy, and also just, what grades you serve, where you're located, all the pertinent information?
Yeah, the mission of Urban Discovery Academy is to develop design thinkers who lead by example, making active, positive contributions to their local and global communities. So we're really about being a community collaborative. We are a TK through 12th grade public charter school in downtown San Diego. We've been open since 2008. And we're doing what we do. We're very excited to be a TK through 12 school now, so we can provide that full educational continuum for our students and post-secondary support as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did Urban Discovery kind of come about? What was kind of the need behind it?
Yeah, our board president, Miss Maylin Levine, she was the primary founder of our school, and she's still with us today. She's a pioneer in the downtown community. And there was a private school that a lot of the families were attending that closed down. And so it really came as a parent effort to save the community and continue with the great work that the community was doing together.
Okay.
Now, is it chartered by San Diego Unified?
We are.
Yeah, in that district. How many students do you have?
We currently have about 350 students.
Okay. Across TK to the whole continuum?
Yeah, we're very small. We've been bigger. Our enrollment before COVID was a little bit bigger. So the paradigm kind of shifted during COVID with, transportation. And we are definitely a diverse school with our students come from 40 to 50 different zip codes all across San Diego, but there's a large percentage of families that were commuting downtown. And so that changed a little bit during COVID. But also, as the community develops downtown, it's changed a lot since we've moved into the East Village area. And there are a lot more local families now, a lot of condos going up in the area. And so we do have a slightly higher rate of very local kids that walk to school and bike to school.
So cool. Are you close to the library?
Yeah, we're
close enough,
close. Yeah, walkable. We go on field trips there.
Right. You use that as an asset?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We just had several classes walk over there in the spring right before the school year ended. Yeah, they have great resources there.
Brandon?
So I heard you mention the word design thinking, and I took a course in that way back in high school, and something I implement frequently. It's I'm thinking you're creating things for people. You should probably ask the people what they like and build it for them. And so that's the crux of the operation. Is that correct?
So we were really focused on design thinking, and there's a core part of that lives in who we are. It was a little confusing for teachers in some of the core curriculum. So the way that it looks today is in every grade level from TK through 12th grade, the students work with community partners and they solve a local community problem. So
awesome.
Every year, 2 times a year, all of our students are, working on an interdisciplinary project where they're asking important questions and, doing kind of an interdisciplinary approach to solve a community problem. So that looks different in the different grade levels. The 4 and 5-year-olds that really looks like learning about kindness and learning about who are the heroes in our community. As you get into high school, it's very rare for high school teachers to collaborate with each other in this way. So all of the teachers collaborate together to create an interdisciplinary project for the kids. So this last one that we did in the spring was, the theme was food and food security. And so it was everything from the kids cultured yogurt, and they did a taste test on different types of yogurt and one that they had made, and it won, by the way. And then all of the teachers, so it's a focus on science and math. They learned about geometry during this project, and all of the coursework focused on this theme of food and trying to bring kind of the students made recipes. They showcased their work. They designed these big. If you come into the commons, the lobby area in our high school, there are big 3D models of food hanging in our lobby right now. So it's really about leading change in the community and kind of being those agents of change through their coursework.
Wow, that's so cool, because usually there's such a huge disconnect between schools and the actual industry and the community out there. So to have that encouraged specifically by the school, I love it. And I guess what do you see is, you also mentioned the word interdisciplinary. Like, what is the importance of being interdisciplinary in the modern world?
That's a great question. So none of us learn one discipline and go out in the world and do one discipline in our lives. I mean, we don't go sit there and do, I guess some people do math all day, but you also have communication skills.
I'm surrounded by them.
To each their own. But really it's about giving the kids this learning that is transferable and connected and meaningful. And so, I went to school and I studied science. I'm not doing science. I'm using scientific thinking in my world every day to solve social problems and to support kids. And so, most of us as professionals, we use an interdisciplinary approach to everything we do, but that's not the way that education is set up for kids. It's a little bit better with the Common Core standards and the next generation standards. They're a little bit deeper and richer and more thoughtful. But in the real world and problem-solving opportunities, we all use an interdisciplinary approach, and that's the best way to teach kids. It's deeper, it's more meaningful, it's richer, and they learn more.
Yeah, there's no question about it. We're chatting with Dr. Jenni Owen, acting CEO of Urban Discovery Academy. I'm Drew Schlosberg. As listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We're broadcasting from their studios here in Scripps Ranch, and Mission Fed for 6 decades. It's doing great things for us folk living in San Diego County, joined by Kristen Fogel, Executive Director of San Diego Writers, Inc., and Brandon Joe, a producer of the Spotlight Show, and the co-founder and CEO of Treasure Hacks. Kristen.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm always mentioning him, my son who's going into kinder. I feel like Declan is the unofficial co-host.
100%.
But,
100%.
I've had schools in the brain a lot lately. So I'm hearing some facets, but what are some other things that make Urban Discovery unique or different from other schools in the area?
Yeah, so the best way I can describe our school is as a vibrant learning community. You walk in and you just know. But there are 4 pillars that really stand out for us, and that is our community partnerships. We are, we're sort of a community collaborative, and that is our students using the community as a context for learning, as well as going back and contributing to the community. Arts enrichment is very big for us, so we are fully committed to the arts. It's a huge part of who we are.
Right.
Visual arts, STEAM, performing arts, and that looks a little different. Again, design, and that looks different through each grade level. The crux of it is our seniors who go to a local recording studio at David's Harp Foundation, and they record music. It's so cool to see. And so that is rare to have such a full, robust arts program throughout your K-12 experience. Career development and college preparation is also a huge part of who we are. Our students, they go out and do internships in their junior year, and we have a program called Reality Changers. You probably know about them. They're
Very well.
Pioneers in San Diego and supporting kids and families, first-generation kids and families. They're now located on our school campus. And so they're not only providing support to our kids in preparation for college, but to the greater San Diego community, which is very much who we are as a school, that community hub. And then, so the internships, the career development piece is really big for Urban Discovery. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as I talk about our partnerships that we're developing for next year.
And, you folks are in the perfect wheelhouse for an organization we're near and dear to us, and that's Classroom of the Future Foundation. That is an extension of the county office. Every one of those pillars is exactly what we work. Have you been to the LVIC yet, the Linda Vista Innovation Center?
I have not.
It used to be the Thrive building, okay? And the county office bought that. And so in 2020, and now we're having a lot of students go through this, and it's all tied to those main, career sectors that the San Diego Workforce Partnership has identified. Here are the jobs that will be in the future. Offline, we'll make an introduction, and we'll have you and come out and visit LVIC. When we come back from break, we'll chat more about this career development and making sure that kids are in the A to G pathway. Whether they go to college or not is up to them. We want to make sure at least they're going to be qualified for that. And then we always save some time, Jenni, in the second half. What can our listeners do to support your effort? Ask for everything, and they're certainly willing to jump in when we return with Dr. Jenni Owen, Acting CEO of the Urban Discovery Academy. I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 60 years. It's doing great things to elevate so many different areas in San Diego County, from literacy to food insecurity to health and everything in between. Joined by my co-host, Kristen Fogel. She's the executive director of San Diego Writers, Inc., celebrating their 20th anniversary this year at Liberty Station, and the producer of the Spotlight show, Brandon Joe, is also the co-founder and CEO of Treasure Hacks. I want to, before I turn it over to Kristen, get back in on just how important it is to, at every age, and you can't even, TK is just fine too, talking about careers and talking about development. And they'll have 75 different careers in their mind before they get to third grade, what they want to do. Talk about that.
Yeah. Kids need to find their purpose.
Yes.
And that, for some kids, it happens at a very young age. For some kids, it happens a little bit later. Some of us think we're going to do one thing, and it changes as we grow and get older. But the important thing is exposure and, firsthand experience. So at our school, we are very intentional with developing that for kids, helping them find their purpose and their passion, what drives them, what they're good at, their talents, their strengths. And so the career development strand is really important for us. They really need to go out and practice what they're doing and really know that they love this or not. So that's the internship program. There's layers built into it. There's interviews with community partners. There's, career day. But really having that firsthand experience is how you know.
Kristen?
Yeah. So you talked about your partnership with Reality Changers, which I can't shout out enough because they do incredible work.
They're
but
amazing.
Do you have any other partnerships that you'd like to highlight?
So the big one coming our way is UC San Diego Office of Extended Studies. This is a huge, some cheers.
Everyone's very happy.
We are very happy. I have our service agreement right here. It's to be signed.
Well, good. We need to know that it's legitimate. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I just came in yesterday. And the basis of it is really UCSD will be fully embedded into our campus. And this is a unique situation for schools. We're the first school to really embed the university in this way. What this will look like is, first, programmatically, I'm most excited about the parts that impact kids the most, and that is our career development strands. So as part of our CTE, Career Technical Education coursework at our school, the students take a design pathway. So they take Design 1 and Design 2, and then they go do some explorations throughout high school. And they also, being rolled out this next year in partnership with the National Federation for Teaching Entrepreneurship, or NFTE.
Nice.
Students will take, and this is your entrepreneur part.
I love it.
Nice.
They will take a Business and Entrepreneurship 1 and 2 class. And during these classes, the kids will design and market a product. And so, yes, there's that design thinking part again. But after that foundational coursework, the students will then be trained and certified through UCSD Futures programming as certified interns. So before they go do their internship, they will go through a series of coursework with UC San Diego embedded into our program, and they will be fully certified before they go out and work with our business partners. That's new this next year. And then the other opportunities, the Futures program is big. This is a new program with UC San Diego, and it's all about career certifications. So once they have this foundational coursework, they can then obtain a certification in, say, Revit or front-end web development. What are the other ones? Front-end web development, iOS programming, AutoCAD.
Very cool.
So the students can really, we'll probably start with a cohort model where we're piloting one of those certifications. As we grow, there'll be more individual choice, but they'll have a couple of opportunities to get these career certifications through the university. And that is being provided for our kids just as a part of our program. It's not something extra they have to go do. Another opportunity is a discovery coursework through UC San Diego. So the students can take some upper level, or not some upper level, but some UC transferable courses. These are the discovery courses through UC San Diego. And again, embedded in our program, so they can take them at our school campus and have support from our teaching faculty as well as UCSD. And then there are other pillars also. So, of course, being partner with UC San Diego, there are a lot of benefits for both of us just to have a collaborative partner like that. Research opportunities, collaboration opportunities. But we'll serve as a hub for the community. We'll provide through UC San Diego our Parent and Caregiver Education Series in collaboration with UCSD and Reality Changers, where it's a year-long course for parents and families to learn more deeply how to support their kids. And then also the college counseling part with Reality Changers as well. And teacher credentialing opportunities as well to obtain further certifications to add to their credential be provided by UC San Diego.
No, that's great. We'll be working with a lot of the folks at Park and Market while you're at it.
Absolutely.
So BCCA and Tad Parson and those folks. Yeah. We work pretty closely with them as well. I mean, the tentacles are
yes.
huge.
The tentacles. Here they come. Uh-oh.
My job is to get the word tentacles in every single interview on this area. I'm trying to teach Kristen and Brandon what that means. That's
I don't know.
Yeah, like we don't know what tentacles.
That's a 7 hours.
Completely new.
7 hour workshop.
Of course, Drew.
Yeah.
So what can our listeners do to support and elevate what you guys are doing?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I think the biggest part is being community partners, and that is being a part of our curriculum, being a part of that real world experience for our kids, field trip opportunities, classroom immersion opportunities, guest speakers, internships, being a part of our career day panel, providing those work experiences for students. So those are the community collaborative parts. Also, word of mouth. Our population was a little bit bigger before COVID, and we're ready. We're ready for kids. We have a great program lined up. And so, spread the word. Just spread the word about us. As we grow, our budget will grow too.
Right. Now, we always want to offer this, and we'll defer to you on whether we can make this happen. We don't want to break any privacy laws on this, but quite often we'll have you on, first time you've been on. The next time is bring on a student and or parent, both, and talk about what have you learned from this? What has been the coolest thing about the program? So we're making that offer on the next time you're on, and bring in 1 or 2 students. We have plenty of mics in here, and it's just so great to hear, their perspective of what's going on. So let's make that happen as well.
I love it. I'll bring back our fishing principal too. There's the Zevely Zone featured. We have a new principal as of last year, Mr. Ron Deisty, and check out Fishing Principal on the Zevely Show, and you'll see what he's all about.
All right.
Well, we want to have you guys on and multiple times too. We think there's a lot of a good runway for that. Kristen, what else?
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to make the offer. We offer internships all the time at San Diego Writers Inc., and I work with High Tech High, all the campuses pretty extensively, the universities and stuff like that. So we get a lot out of that, and they seem to get a lot out of that. So we'd love to offer that as well.
We will follow up with you.
Amazing.
Down.
That's Brandon, what else do you have to say?
Man, am I going to pitch something too?
Make something up, Brandon.
I know, I wear multiple hats.
What are you going to do?
Electronics recycling company, and we host events for schools.
Ooh, awesome.
That help get publicity. 100, 200 cars just roll in. So that's something we can help out. We just host for free. Just guys.
We'll do it. We have some things we can dispose of too.
Yeah. Now, do you work closely with the AVID program at all?
That's a really good question. One of our board members is affiliated with AVID. I had my prior school in Los Angeles, and a similar-minded charter school. We had AVID fully immersed in our program.
Right.
So, we've thought about it. We may be ready for that. We'd probably do it, in our very specific way, but we embrace the mindsets, and they have wonderful curricular resources. And so, it could be. It's not right now.
Right. I was on the board for 9 years, and of course, it just ties perfectly reality changers. A lot of these folks are just.
I love their program.
Yeah.
I used their science teaching templates and loved them.
Yeah. Well, it's just listen, and these are things the kids remember. I love the fact, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about this. In the last minute or two we have here, that you're having the kids in the community, seeing what's going on, and to help elevate whatever that community need is, whether it's food insecurity or whether it's homeless or something. Talk about how important that is for them just to see what's going on in their community and getting engaged.
Well, we're in the middle of downtown, know, and so there are things going on all around us. And so really finding those bright spots, learning from the bright spots, learning about how we can contribute to making our surroundings better. It's so important. Kids need that connection. They need the inspiration of, feeling like a change agent, and you got to get them out there and have them take in those learning experiences so that they have that drive and passion to grow themselves and to change their community. And the best thing is when they come back and give back to the school and their post-secondary selves.
Well, listen, and what you're establishing is a habit. And these kids are learning, whether it's in TK or it's in 3rd grade or 8th grade or whatever, giving back. Because doggone well, when they become, and they're young adults and they have their families their own. I remember doing this when I was at, this academy. And we know how critical that is and how important that is in that area of it. Any final comments?
Well, one more comment on how you can support us.
Yeah.
Grant opportunities, donations to the UDA Foundation. Of course, the fiscal solvency of our organization is important. So a little plug for that.
Please. And the website is?
So our school website is urbansd.com. And there's a link to the UDA Foundation as well. But check out our enrollment page if you have some little people or big people that need a a great experience.
No, that's wonderful. Well, Dr. Jenni Owen, thanks so much for joining us. She's the acting CEO of Urban Discovery Academy. She has promised on air that she'll come back in with the fishing principal and some students as well. We would certainly embrace that. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, just doing great things in San Diego County. Thank you, Kristen Fogel, Executive Director of San Diego Writers, Inc., and Brandon Joe, the producer of the Spotlight Show. We hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.